Hey, Eagle Run 23 here. Welcome back to the channel. So we just got back from a week-long road trip and just kind of unpacking some of the gear here, and I thought I would show you what I took with me. So, oh, that's from the, don't look in there. Picked that up from the post office while we were gone. Got some good stuff in there. There'll be a video on that later. Make sure you're subscribed if you want to see all that. So, all right, so this always lives in my truck. I use this for my company, and I restock some of the other staff members' first aid kits out of here, plus it's its own first aid kit. So first aid kit is always with us. We don't really need to go into that. There's mostly focusing on gauze, tape, band-aids, things like that. There's not any trauma here other than a bunch of gauze pads. I don't have a tourniquet in here. Just kind of sports related, but always good to have. And we actually had to dig in this while we were out of town. So first aid kit, I guess if you want to see what's in there, let me know. I don't mind telling you what the setup is. This is just a soft-sided fishing, and these are just the tackle boxes that I've filled up with the supplies. There's plenty of room in there. If you need a cheap first aid kit, you can pick those up for not much, and they work really well for a first aid kit with outside, lots of spots to hook things. But anyway, first aid kit. So outside of the first aid kit, I did a full video on this. I'm not going to go into it, but this is the truck bag. This goes everywhere that my truck goes. This is the first thing that I would grab out of my truck. Now, the contents are fully gone over. I completely unpacked this thing in that video. If I think about it, I'll leave a link for it, but you can go back a couple months ago and check that out. And I just pulled, I do have extra AR mag, extra pistol mag. I pulled those out for this trip because I thought we would be valet parking at on one of the days. We didn't, but that's one thing that we need to discuss is, you know, what do you do if you valet park your car? We don't really valet or do fancy things very much, but I thought maybe one of those nights, I didn't know if that hotel did valet, and I just wanted to be prepared. So I went ahead and pulled those out, and I just stuck them over here in the next bag. So this is a Bulldog brand, just a cheap bag. I actually would like to replace this, and I'll show you why. I do love that it has backpack straps and that you can cinch those down so they stay out of the way. Pretty handy. But the reason I need to replace this bag is the zippers are just, I can fix that. I'll bend it back down and put a little tab on there. But this guy's use as a main bag is going to be coming to an end. So just a quick peek in there, nothing special. I have extra mags, and then these were just in the truck from. If those of you who watch the channel, you know I just got a new truck, and so this was some stuff that was in the old truck that I just threw in here because it was sitting on the bench. But there is a pair of gloves, some oil, and over here, this is a spare bolt for your bolt carrier. So there are several things I like about this bag, but I think it's served its purpose and it's time to move on to something a little bit better. I will be looking for something with straps. I like the outside the outside pockets are great, but this bag doesn't really have a use anymore, which is why there's some randomness in these packages. It used to be a bag that I took to the range on the regular, and so it was more of a rifle range bag. But for this trip, I wanted something black, which is something I need to get rid of this camo. I wanted something black, and this was on the shelf, and so I grabbed it and loaded it up and took it on the road trip. It's not ideal, but it did work. I was able to hide it right up here against the back seat, and it just stayed flat down there. If I'd have valet parked or whatever, no one would have ever even noticed it was there, which was my intention. There's not any wind noise. The wind's picking up here. So we have just a Home Depot tote here. And on the way home, a lot of stuff got thrown in here. So you're seeing this live. This was not how, oh look, we got some Topo Chico seltzer down there. This is not how it was packed up when we left, but I brought all of our lightweight day pack bags, and all we were doing was day hiking, and so we only needed these lightweight bags. And this one here on the outside is just a Ozark Trail, that's a Walmart brand. Then we've got a real similar one that's Under Armour that I really like. I usually use that one. Oh, actually, it's not Under Armour, it's REI. And then there's a couple of other bags in here. There's a pink one. And then we have this real small, it's almost too small, but it's a nice lightweight hiking bag. This is another REI one. All of these have spots for hydration bladders, and they just work great to throw, you know, just a couple of things in. You can see they're not very big. This is the one my wife uses here on the outside, and we've just got everything else stored inside there. Didn't really know what all we would need. Again, just day hiking and not really camping. Made it a little bit easier. We had a couple pairs of binoculars because we had some great views we wanted to check out. There, of course, some bug spray. I brought a little butterfly stove. I've got several of those. You've probably seen that in some of my other packs. We have a headlamp, which actually, video coming soon on a new headlamp. This is just a junk one. Oh, my daughter made a little first aid, or a little survival tin. It's kind of cool. I did have some extra ammo, and then coffee cups. We got trail snacks, which came in handy. And then these are what I need to dig out of here, because these were just put away wet. I need to hang these up to dry, and I did a full video on how I take care of these. These are the Outdoor Products Walmart brand. I think they were 15 bucks or so, and they work great, and you just hang them up and dry them. But I did a full topic on that, so we won't discuss that. But I've got 3 or 4 of them down here, and they did great. We just drained the water out of them, and then I need to hang them up to dry today before they get bad. We only ever put water in those, and I strongly recommend that you don't put any Gatorade or anything. Just do water. That way you don't have to clean them. You can just dry them. So pretty handy. And then these are what we threw. We made these up and threw those in the kids' bags and in our bags so that we had some trail snacks. It's nice, you know, if the kids are getting tired and you're on a long trail. We've gone as much as 7 miles before. We didn't go that far in the canyons because it would have been too tough because you're a lot of climbing, but nice to be able to throw a little carrot at the kids to let them keep going. Hey, when we get to the top of this hill, we can have a snack. So anyway, that's what is in that bag. So other than the thing in the black bag, there also is my EDC that is always in the console or on me, and I took that as well. And that is all I took. I took, it's a Taurus PT-111, one of my favorite EDC guns. Took that. It's always in the console or on me. So that was with us. And then the AR that was in the black bag. So that is what we took from a perspective of gear on our road trip. Okay, also on the same line of gear, this is an Osprey bag, which I've never owned this brand before, but I always keep a gym bag that's kind of always packed. It's always got an extra toothbrush, deodorant, all that stuff. It always is packed, and I used to use it when I went to the gym every day, which I did for a long time, and I had a 20-year-old free 24-hour fitness bag. You guys know how frugal I am, so got my use out of that free bag, and it just was falling apart. The zippers weren't zipping, and the bag was torn in multiple places. It should have been replaced 5 years ago, but I just kept using it. And the reason is because I started looking at these small duffel bags, and they are so stinking expensive for like some quality items. And like I said, I'm cheap, but I also will spend money on a quality item if I feel like if it's worth it. This bag was like 60 bucks, which is a little out of my price range, but I'll tell you, I'm really happy with it. I've only officially used it once, but the size is perfect for like a 2 or 3 day bag. I had 100% of my stuff in here. We were gone for several days, and it just worked out great. And here's a cool thing is this is the normal strap, but it also doubles as backpack straps, which is just kind of cool to me, because sometimes getting in and out of the car or wherever you're going, it's nice to be able to throw this on your back and not have to carry it. It's also got really thick handles there, and it's got a side pocket there, and then because it can be worn as a backpack, they've got the water bottle here angled. I don't know, I'm really happy with it. I think my wife would like one as well. They have 2 different sizes, and this is the smaller one. I think the bigger one was just way too big, but man, I really like this. Okay, last thing here. So this is what I want to be for the AR. This is what I want to fit in here. Now, I made one of these. If you go back, I'm kind of teasing this a little bit because there's going to be a giveaway for this. And if you go back a couple years on my channel, you will see that I turned this into a completely covert, and that's what it's called. to a covert AR-15 travel case. And you could get rid of the rigid if you want to. It's just a sticker. I kind of like that it just looks like gear, and it doesn't, you know, if there were tools in here, it's not like it's gonna make it less likely to be stolen or something. It just is a way handier way and more compact way. You can go look at that video. I'm not gonna rehash that, but they finally got these back in at Home Depot, and I bought several of them because we're gonna do a giveaway with this. I'm going to make one up so that it fits. I think I'm probably going to use that one that I already showed you. I believe it will fit. If not, I'll make a smaller AR to fit in here. Now, I'm not going to give away the AR, but I'm going to give this away as a DIY kit. These cases are like 40 bucks. The foam that goes in it is... the price has gone way up on that foam. I feel like it used to be $20 or $30 worth of foam, but it's like $50 or $60 worth of foam, but you cut it out. I'm gonna tell you all how to do it. But anyway, this is what I would like to be the new travel bag for the medium thing. Okay, so I just feel like that would look great in there. Now, if you get a couple of these cases, they actually can click together. This latches onto the top one, and they actually have a roller one that's a little bit bigger. It's a whole system that they have with this brand, and I really like it. I have a couple of them. I guess I can, well, I'll show you more about this later. We'll talk about this more later. I just wanted to give you that as a little sneak peek. There is a giveaway coming up at 5,000 subscribers, so make sure you're subscribed, and we'll talk about how to enter the giveaway and all that later on. All right, thanks for watching Eagle Run 23. We'll see you next time.